afternoon. We're at the midday here. Copa Tanga 2025, Castelldefels. The beach just south rather, of Barcelona. No, it is north of Barcelona. For Copa Tanga, the 9th edition, a wonderful festival of ultimate. And we're back in the open division. The tournament hosts and founders, Sexxxpensive, taking on Solaris Open. I'm Stefan Rapazzo. Super happy to have some company in the booth today. Ned Garvey joining us. Ned, how we doing?
Doing all right. We just won our first game here with Midnight Cobras. So feeling good this morning, or this midday, afternoon, whatever it is now.
Yeah, I get you just at the midday, but yeah, good game. We just had Bling Ufa, the top of the mixed bracket, and Bling were looking pretty good in the second half there, but we're back in the open division. Bloody Clap seemed to have taken the top of the heap here, and this one, I believe, is the 3-4 game. So not quite the very top of the heap, but right up there. How's your Copa Tanga experience going for you? Is this your first?
This is actually, yeah, this is my first Copa Tanga. I'm playing with Midnight Cobras, who I used to play with a long time ago when I lived in St. Petersburg.
Closer to the mic.
Closer to the mic. Yeah, they asked me a while ago and I turned them down, said no, I got to stay in Berlin, we got practice. They called me up again on Monday and I said, okay, I can do that. So it's been nice to see a lot of people I haven't seen in a while.
Nice. Very nice last-minute decisions. We love the last-minute decisions, the spontaneity when it means you get to go play and run around and have fun with your friends and a piece of plastic. So just about ready to get into this one. You know much about Solaris, Polish team there, right at the top at EBUCC a few years ago. What do you know about these guys?
I mean, it's basically the Polish national team in one club. They gather as a club to train throughout the season, get into club tournaments, and basically make sure that when they play as a national team, they have a lot of cohesion on the field. I think they brought something like 18 people to this tournament, so everyone should be fresh. And of course, they got Michele Mengucci, they've got a few extremely, extremely talented players on the field, so I wouldn't be surprised to see them make it quite far in this tournament.
Exciting. I'm going to need you for some of these names too as we go. There's only a few in my head, but let me look across the other side. Sexxxpensive, the age-old team. It started playing in Paganello, and then they love beach so much they made this tournament. And they are wearing the Gucci clads in commemoration of Michele Mengucci, one of the greats of the game, one of the great personalities of the game, who passed on earlier this year, and the heavy hearts are with him. As Solaris take the opening pole to the brick mark and grind for an under early. Playing in the backfield, give and go.
All good, you're all good. Stay like this.
And good with the
Sean,
speed
you're good.
of the opening attack here. And lucky for some backup there.
We got this. Yeah, Sean. Touch, no continuation.
There we go.
Nice flat mark. Let's go. That's okay.
Chiseled forward. No stall count more than 2, 3 thus far in the possession until maybe just then. And Solaris already at the doorstep. Boom. Beautiful possession. They just chipped that the whole way through.
Yeah, great possession stuff. I mean, I think you can see and you can tell that these players train on beach quite a lot. I know Warsaw may not be known for its sunny beaches, but there is actually a beach on the river in the city, and they do train there almost every week, I think, or maybe even weekly as a team.
Yeah, you're right. Poland is the host of EBUCC this year. The Dansk, I imagine the G is silent. I like to say Gdansk, but yeah, Poland is just like, they've been on the beach scene for so long, and I've wondered why, and I just keep hearing, well, no, there are beaches, and they do play a lot there, and well, the proof is in the pudding. They're showing us what they're used to doing there.
The beaches on the Baltic Sea are pretty underrated. As a person who lived in the Baltic for quite a while, I mean, I've been to a bunch of sand slashes. I don't know if you've been, but beautiful beaches, beautiful area.
What city are those?
Gdansk, or it's right outside of Gdansk.
So sand slash. a big one in Gdansk. Likely a big reason why they get the hosting rights. Miglioretto, to Cummins, and he does have it bounce in his hands after a touch from the defense and then a personal bobble. Manages to gather now back to Rocky Beach, Miglioretto and Cummins, and a tidy possession by Sexxxpensive to follow it up.
Yeah, super clean offense from the hosts. Really, really good work.
Bit of different styles there. Sexxxpensive looking to set up the big a little bit more. Bounce into the corners looking for power position, and they did use it there for the biggest shot where they got a bit lucky.
A bit lucky for sure, but it ended up coming off, and overall the offense looked pretty clean.
Indeed, 1-1. Getting into this one. Did you go check out the football game last night?
Unfortunately, I didn't. We had the idea to go to a bar and watch it, but we ended up just staying kind of home in our hotel. I mean, it's, you know, the team doesn't get a chance to go to a lot of European beach tournaments, so it's nice to just gather and hang out as a team when we can.
Yeah, fair enough. The same. I was ready to miss it, but then did go out for the second half. I was like, all right, we're in Barcelona. The Copa del Rey is on. I should see this. And here's the shot. Solaris hangs it up, and the long arm of the law of that 12 shirt, and Kozmolski finishes the job with the goal, but a nice big uptake, and number 12 there got up for it.
I believe that's Krzysztof Zajec, who is playing with Wall City this year.
Oh, wow. He does it on the grass, too. Zajec, I'll be keeping my eye out for him. First time I seen him, he made an impressionable play. So nothing but holds here. 2-1, early days, 4 minutes, so nice scoring pace.
Yeah, I mean, it's still early in the game, but I think if Sexxxpensive want to generate some turnovers, they're going to have to put a bit more pressure on, because this Polish offense should be fresh all the way through with the amount of people they've got on the sideline.
I would imagine they're pretty well balanced for numbers. They look about, because yesterday I remarked how big Sexxxpensive was, because they got their oldies and then they brought in a bunch of youth to bolster. So I would guess that they're pushing darn near 20 as well. So this could be the two teams with the most legs. You could play a separate second game simultaneously.
A far cry from my team, where most people are playing in two divisions.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw Midnight Cobras, and then I saw Berries, and then I saw that. Yeah, and I was like, wait a minute. I recognize them and them and them. Okay, I see what's going on here. On the pickup, after the turn, first chance to break of the game. Now they cross field after eyes were directed to the end zone. And whoa, low throw. I didn't see that line.
What a low release. That's, call on the field? Oh, I think they're calling it down.
Yeah, Rocky Beach making the call. It does sound like it's a down goal. Let's have a look here. And not sure we got the entire path of flight. So the replay is not conclusive. Nothing. We didn't really.
I can't even see the screen, so don't ask.
My initial thought was that it was up. I didn't see it graze sand on the original throw. I didn't believe that that was the case, but I can't say that with sound, certainty either.
Yeah, I mean, on the beach it's tough to know because the field is not even, and a low throw like that, who knows? Really, who knows?
And so the Rocky Beach pleaded his case, and he'd be good in the courtroom. He got that one to go his way. Beach gets 2 hands on it, fires, looking for De Mouliniere, and he gets it with a little bit of bounce on the contact. A dangerous receiver in every right on every surface, and then to Cummins and back to De Mouliniere.
Yeah, I think Sexxxpensive is getting away with one a little bit there. I think, maybe up, maybe down, but I mean, Solaris was right on the doorstep, and to turn it over there, I think Sexxxpensive is really getting away with it one here.
Yeah, I agree. I thought that was a goal. There's no way, it has been called, it's done, what's done is done, but for it to go back the other way so quickly, Beach, who made the call, and Beach, who fired the deep one, there's one sting a little bit. So let's see if Solaris will be able to respond there. There's another look at the De Mulinari high take.
Ale to się kopnąć wtedy. Ja byłem obok, nie wiem, co nie miał więcej. Byłem obok i no, ja nie zdarza się tak, że tak kontakty satelickie.
And they're just about ready to pull here.
Go miał jeszcze w ręce. Tak, ale właśnie...
Nice blade. It's a little dent in the ground, and then the offhand backhand. Bounce to the other sideline.
Loud, it's under, loud, it's under!
And a skid coming to a halt there. Sent forward, the number 9 shirt sends immediately, but too much on it. Turnover. My God, did I not see the player in the back of the end zone? I was totally blinded, Ned.
You did not see him, and it was a perfect pass.
I thought that was 10 meters beyond the intended receiver, and I did not hear the clap. I'm watching again to see what really happened here. Oh yeah, that was an absolute banger. I thought that hit the ground. I'm totally blinded. Thank you, Ned.
Anytime, Steph, anytime.
Well, there we go. So that's a goal. And I've got mud on my face. Egg on my face, whatever it goes, but I'm happy with it. 3-2. Solaris respond. And send the ball. Rocky Beach hangs under it. Sailing from their own end, De Mulinari. Still count now. He's going to have to do something. Cummins gives him an up line. The Dane with the KFK shorts goes back to Beach, and now De Mulinari. Far sideline, PJ again. Goes to Beach. Beach inside, nice release on that forehand. Flopping mid, and in for a goal.
Yeah, nice clean offense from Sexxxpensive. Really sold Rudy out with the fake and just threw it over him while he was lying on the ground.
A very nice looking point. I thought PJ was especially dangerous looking. I think he's starting to feel it. Got that goal, got a high take, and is turning it to takeover mode potentially. He's got that ability most certainly.
Yeah, let's see. Both teams are looking quite clean on offense. Just the one turnover in the game so far.
It's a matter of which team can keep the defensive pressure high longest, because they can stay, back and forth they go, but as soon as one break comes, if it's about collective defensive pressure, there's that high tendency for them to come and run. Who do you think has the legs here? What's the fitter team?
I would guess Solaris, because they're maybe a bit younger, but both teams, as you said, have quite a lot of numbers, and I think that both teams will be able to keep the pressure on defense.
Solaris now, Kozmalski right there for the goal. I think I tend to agree. They both get great depth, but I think the youth should give Solaris a small defensive edge. If the offense can stay crisp throughout, if the defensive legs for Solaris can really just grind them right to the end, maybe they see their advantage towards the end of this one. Let's keep our eye on that.
I think one thing to keep in mind is that I'm quite sure Solaris is using this as a training tournament to prepare for Worlds. And I think Sexxxpensive is maybe using this tournament for a bit of a different purpose.
Yes, a different purpose. I guess glory and fun and peaking today. Peaking at every moment they take the pitch. You see Sebastian Spiegel's just arrived in his Sexxxpensive gear. He played the very last game on this field as well, and He's a difference maker. That is for sure. I think, yeah, he impresses me every single time I see him play. He's one of the best beach players in the world.
Yeah, I mean, I'm willing to go on record and say I think he's the best beach player in Europe.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one to say. I like it. I can't contest greatly, but I might take Elliot Bonet ahead of him. But he's right there in that conversation. That is great company to be in. He throws on the sideline. He does bomb it. It's Rocky Beach. He's got position, but the leap! Now that is one hell of a takeaway, clean as they come.
Fantastic D, perfect timing on the leap. Just excellent, excellent D.
Let's see this one again. Brilliant. Did it clean, ran the line, and used nothing but ups to take away the vertical space. Solaris now. Chance to go ahead by a double. From the far sideline, high stall count. Back, way back. And then the low throw. Waiting for an option, and that's not going to do it. Knocked away, layered in the lane. Beach finds the corner, hits Cummins. And just as I thought there might be a 2-point lead, Sexxxpensive slams the door and makes it even.
Yeah, gotta really compliment Sexxxpensive on their O-line D there. They basically made it so that Solaris had no chance to go deep, and they just shut down the unders completely. Excellent team defense from them.
Love seeing it. The guy who you said probably playing Wall City, what's his name again?
Krzysztof Zając.
Zając. And you're?
I can't pronounce Polish, so you know, don't quote me on that.
Yeah, right. Okay. Well, you got a way more of a foot in the door than I do on Northeastern and all Eastern Europeans, I would say. But you're doing a heck of a job. You're playing Wall City again next year?
I am.
Any other additions of note that you're able to share? Have they made selections yet?
Yeah. I mean, our roster is public. You can look at it on the website just like everybody else. Our other addition, we've got Torben Haag playing with us and Bruno Jurgensen from Salisbury.
Ooh.
With us.
Play Toms and then
see how it goes. We'll see how it goes.
All right, see if we can harness the Latvian speed, is it?
Gotta use my Eastern European connections, you know?
I mean, adding Latvians to open teams in Europe has seemed to work so far.
It's becoming a thing.
Here comes Solaris. From their own end, leading throw, does get a little slow rolling sideways commando roll, but does collect. Back and forth. Gives the left hand. That's a great bid. Hermanslav, the Dane, gets in front. Great takeaway.
Yeah, good team defense from Sexxxpensive again, showing their experience.
Pau has the disc. There's a pick away from the disc. It's a heck of a D. 16 minutes in, 8 goals scored. It's a great pace still we're at here.
Yeah, I mean, both teams working very hard on offense, playing nice beach ultimate with a lot of short passes.
A treat for all you back home. Spiegel, the man we spoke about earlier, has his last game was an absolute blinder, so I'm expecting more of that. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you hit that like button. Go on and subscribe. We're less than 15 subscribers away from 28,000, so help us cross yet another threshold. Spiegel. A trip on the tape, and that's enough to ensure no bid coming. Jens Meyer with the goal.
Yeah, Sexxxpensive with the first break of the game. Solaris gives up 1 turnover, and Sexxxpensive immediately punishes them.
So again, Solaris was in that position to go 2 ahead. The call hit twice, 2 times. The call negated it. I forget the second negation, but both times Sexxxpensive came back. It was the layout D. Both times Sexxxpensive came back, and now they have got the first break in their favor, so shifting pressure now. And so your first Copa Tanga, I guess you've heard of that they have a decent festivities tonight. Is that what you're expecting?
Honestly, I don't know much about it. Yeah, I've heard, but I really don't know what to expect.
Did you make it to the welcome party?
I did not.
Nor did
We sat at home and had our own party. Yeah.
All right. Nor did I. I kind of got lost trying, and I was like, no, I'm too tired for this. I'm going home to bed. So I will. I'll be interested to see how she goes tonight. Solaris. Kozmolski, nice little toe drag there. Sporting that headband as per always. Gives and gets in front. Another give and go. Kozmolski central to everything on this point, and they tic-tac that one the whole way in.
Yeah, Sexxxpensive set up in a nice D to deny the initiation, but once they got moving, Solaris just absolutely punished them.
What's your score?
5-5 is the score we've got.
Right now? With this one?
With that goal on the boards. There's still a break.
Nie opozycji. Za niego, no. I rękę dobrze wyciągnął, muszę powiedzieć. 5-5. Dobrze zrobił ten...
Score checks coming in from Sexxxpensive, to be sure. Will you be at EBUCC this year, Ned?
I will.
Cobras?
Cobras can't go.
Ah, right.
I'll be with Jogo Bronito.
Bronito. Okay, what is the distinction of the deviation from the usual Jogo Bonito?
Well, Jogo Bronito is in the open division.
As soon as I said it, I was like, I got it.
But unfortunately in Germany, if we want to play mixed, we'd have to start in the 4th division of the German Mixed League and work our way up to the 1st division. So it would be pretty impossible for a team of over 30s to qualify.
Yeah, 3 years, right? Same in France like that. Can't make new teams unless you invest in them and put them the whole way through. And hammer and knocked away. Defense just chucked the arms up. A little bit of a blind defense.
Yeah, I mean, good enough defense. You gotta question that decision in such a tight game when the defender is so close to him.
Hey, Ross, you're faster, you're taller, you're everything.
Spiegel getting some comedy on the sideline. And Solaris will see if they can get their break back. Ins and unders.
Come on, hustle.
Move to midfield, far sideline. Recentering just about in the red zone. Looking upfield and then center. Now floats one. Still at the edge of the red zone.
Ocean Force.
Sideline. Solaris maintaining their position, now inching forward ever so slightly, and find the seam. Great patience till they attacked there.
Yeah, good for Solaris to get the break back, and great patience on offense from them.
So we are back on serve. 6-5, a 1-point lead. And one away from halftime. If Solaris or if Sexxxpensive can hold here, we'll give ourselves a little galaxy point situation. All the good stuff that we're after. Again, make sure you let us know what you like, who's going to win, where you're watching from, who's your best friend. I don't know. What do you think of Ned and I in the commentary booth? We're happy to hear anything you want to talk about in the chat. Well, not anything. Nice things. nice opinions, real opinions.
Nice things only. We'll, of course, delete the negative ones, right?
Exactly. We will delete hate, of course. But you can tell us that you don't like us if you really want. I mean, I've seen, oh no, Steph Rapazzo again, vomit emoji ×3. I've seen it. Do I love it? No. But can I accept it? Sure.
Hey, it happens. When you're in a public-facing role, it happens.
If you don't get haters, you haven't made it far enough, I guess, is what I've heard to help me defend these kind of things.
That's what you tell yourself at night, right?
I gotta tell myself nothing, Ned, or else I'll be going to bed in tears. So we gotta do something to prevent that. I thought he's walking a brick. I was like, I think that's a bit far. But finding the point where the disc went out of bounds, and a nice sticky hand to keep it alive. A couple of those throws. That hammer, it was perfect to Cummins. How do you assess this wind after this throw? Knocked away. Yes, it was. Just got a piece of that to get the turnover.
A nice poachy zony setup.
It was a little bit misconstrued there. We didn't have the cleanest line on what happened there, but I can say it was a turnover, and Solaris get a chance to break. Low, too low, and turned over. Foul called. So tell me about this wind right now. It's been
A little bit diagonal, going from the left of the field to the right, but kind of towards that back corner.
and it's not much, but it's one of those things where it's picked up since the start of the game. So the players are warming up and trying to get used to the field and the conditions. You calibrate your throws, and now it's changed since then. So I'm not sure if that has anything to do since the start of the game. It's not howling, but it's just up a little bit. Sent to the end zone, and what a throw. That is easy offense.
Michele Rudy with an absolutely fantastic throw, even though his cutter was almost coming under. Just really, really great throw. And fun fact about Rudy, he does not like to play on grass at all.
Beach specialist. We got a few of them. Does he play a little bit of grass or not much at all?
I believe he played Hello Stockholm, which is kind of indoor grass-ish, but other than that, I don't think he plays any grass at all.
Keep those cleats away from his feet. No grass stains for that kid.
Come on, Sexxxpensive. Let's go, boys, let's go.
So that is halftime. We'll take a short break here. We'll come back with second half action. See you then.
Brothers. My brothers all three up there. Yeah. They're all in college now. If I go on that side, right here, I'm gonna come and celebrate to the camera for a score.
And Solaris with a 7-5 lead. That was the half taker. Thanks for joining us here on ULTI.TV. Solaris, Sexxxpensive, Copa Tanga 2025. The crowd loves being here. Ned Garvey alongside. I'm Steph Rapazzo, and we're bringing you the action of this open round game. Who do you got next? Do you know yet? Oh, Midnight Cobras and Bling. Will it be? No, it'll be on Field 4, so not streamed. That action will be taken in exclusively by the players. And what are the rankings there in the mixed division? Is that 1 and 2 now? Deep shot goes up. Cummins is there. And Sexxxpensive needed that response to open up the second half. And so it is a 6-7 game, and we're just looking into those rankings now. And in the mixed division, it is Bling in the first spot, UFA in 2, and Midnight Cobras in the third spot. UFA's played Cobras yesterday, and UFA got a pretty decisive victory, I hear.
Yeah, we did not play well in that game, but they crushed us. I mean, they fully deserved to win by quite a few points. everything was coming off for them. Their insides were great. Their long shots were great. It was a well-deserved win.
And from your side, unforced errors in the early part? Like, was it a game where you got behind early and just heads maybe dropped while they got sharp?
I mean, I think there were a couple unforced errors, but I think more than anything is they put the pressure on us on defense to force throws that we maybe necessarily didn't want to throw, and we generated turns on throws that probably we should complete, but just didn't because they were high-pressure situations.
All right, so I got to sharpen up on that, and you'll have your hands full with bling, but I'll be looking forward to the results on that one as well. As Solaris, Coach Molsky.
Tight marks, tight mark.
He's looking for a space, good isolating. Molsky fires, and with justified reason, Thor on the chase, but all sorts of separation.
Yeah, not Sexxxpensive. Solaris opening up their deep game here, showing a new dimension to their offense. Really nice to see that they can go short and long.
Doing a bit of everything, opening up one to show the other. It's amazing how necessary that is in Ultimate to be able to establish a bit of a long game if you want to be able to play your short game or vice versa. It's very rare you can be so good that you can just stick straight in with your preferred strategy and roll with it beginning to end. You really gotta have some deviation to keep that defense guessing.
Yeah, and I think earlier in the game, Sexxxpensive did a good job of kind of preventing Solaris from going deep. And they played short very well, but now we see that Solaris is actually being able to open up that game a little bit after being denied the unders.
So we see it open up. We see the arm open up for the pole. Rocky Beach corrals it and gives to Spiegel. Cummins to Spiegel. And Cummins again. Sends the backhand. And it's a bit too much for the Swiss master. He tumbles in the sand.
Yeah, I mean, he floated that one up there, and with the crosswind, that's always going to fade a bit.
Miglioretto, you see again here on the chase and doing everything he can, but the throw was too far. No chance for the receiver. Much nicer day today. I said it off the top. I'll say it again. Yesterday was not miserable, but just cloudy enough today. Absolute glory out here. Solaris from their own end with a 2-goal lead currently. Spiegel trying to blast the lane, but not quite on time. Leading throw. Taps the toe. And trying to get around. Leads again. Good patience thus far on the possession. And into the corner, and the patience prevails. Solaris stretch it out to 3 right now, 9-6.
Yeah, 2 breaks up. Solaris looks like they're cruising now.
And this is what we mentioned a little bit off the top. Maybe the legs, maybe the youth and fitness across the board of Solaris will come to fruition as the game goes on.
Yeah, I think Sexxxpensive taking a timeout here is a good decision to kind of gather themselves and just cool down for a moment and get their heads right.
Yeah, settle the nerves, get a bit more gas in the tank. We'll take a break and do the same. We'll be back with more action.
Here we go.
This year, London Invite is bigger than ever, with 8 teams in the Open Division, 8 teams in the Women's Division, and for the first time, a full 8-team Mixed Division.
With 5 World Games teams, USA, Canada, Australia, Germany, France.
As well as the Tokai Super Team, is sure to be the ultimate showcase of the best in the world.
More teams, more streams, more stars, more ultimate.
More excitement.
You're not going to want to miss London Invite 2025.
We are Hive Ultimate, a group of players and coaches from all over the world working together to progress the next generation of Ultimate strategy. We've helped top teams win world championships and new teams introduce the sport in a fun and inclusive way. Search for Hive Ultimate on YouTube to learn more about our cutting-edge strategies and to see analysis of world-class teams. To find out what Hive can do for your team, head over to our Patreon page where you can gain access to our exclusive drills and session plans and to join our worldwide community of coaches. Get ahead of the curve with Hive Ultimate.
9-6 is the score. Solaris out in front. And Sexxxpensive coming off their timeout taken. Herdemich-Schlev and Demulanati. There was bodies a flying there. Herdemich-Schlev again. It was Demulanati we talked about having the potential to take the game over, and hadn't seen much of him since that mention, so hopefully he can re-inject. But again, tough to re-inject single players with such big lineups. Herdemich-Schlev goes to the far side. There he is, Demulanati. And he does find the assist to Miglioretto.
Yeah, good work from Sexxxpensive to settle themselves and just have a nice, clean offense, opening up short passes and just getting the goal done.
Now, how much do you invest in winning now? If you're Sexxxpensive, Solaris, you got to stay in the top 4 by the end of today. They're both in that 3-4 position. They could stand a drop one and maybe stay in the top 4. They certainly got to want to fight to keep it close. Is this one you pull out all the stops for, or where are we here in your mind?
I'm not sure you pull out all the stops because I'm guessing on the second field that Bloody Clap is putting the beat down on Sharks, and I think Sharks may drop to the 4th spot, and so this could potentially be a semifinal game. But it's hard to know because we don't exactly know what's going on in the other field. I think you don't pull out all the stops, but you want to keep it close because every point matters.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Being that 5th place team at the end of the day is going to sting for somebody in at least 2 divisions. Here come Solaris. They send in the miscommunication there. And big chance for Sexxxpensive after that one.
Yeah, an interesting throw there. I personally didn't see what he was looking for, but I guess just a miscommunication between thrower and cutter there.
So now Sexxxpensive will have a full field in front of them, but they do have that all-important possession. As one of the other Danes on this team, Thor, picks up the disc. Vital gave a first cut. It was Cummins who came under. Thor is open in the dump space. Now another open. Sexxxpensive, almost everyone behind the disc. One player upfield. Now Cummins. Finds a bit of space. Back to Thor. Thor sends, and nice bid. Oh, no way! Did he dig into the sand? He's come up with it. It's in hand. It's a little bit speculative, but it's a goal.
Wow, that's got to sting if you're Solaris. The defender gets a hand on it, and still, what a fantastic grab by Sexxxpensive.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the replay, which we've got right here. Here's the throw. Boom. Great bid. It's a Mac. And we may get that one more time to finish it off. Pop quiz for you as we watch this again, Ned. What is a Mac? Legit. That is legit. That's a great catch.
Great grab. What is a Mac?
Yes. Yes, it was up. The Solaris want to know our opinion. Yeah, it was so close. We were not sure either, but seeing the slow motion, it was definitely a catch. MAC is a acronym. A macronym. Yes, it is.
Honestly, I had no idea. I've played Frisbee for 17 years. I had no idea.
Played MAC lines before.
Yeah.
It's a mid-air correction.
Okay, that's good to know. I'll take that back.
Little tidbits. So Sexxxpensive now, one back, clawing back in. We said how important it is for the algorithm. Even if they lose, they want to keep it close, and why not give themselves a chance to win? That's what we're all here for. The joy of winning. Not exactly that. Kozmolski comes under, fakes the big backhand, gives the little backhand. And the Huck hangs, second option might do it, no. Had to drag, and that one gets away, and another chance down, Ned.
Yeah, I think that's just another example of throwers from this side of the field kind of misreading the wind and throwing these outside edge passes that just carry out of bounds.
So the wind's doing a little bit of assistance there for Sexxxpensive. And they're quite all right with it. That is for sure. I'd be all right with it if you hit that like button. I wouldn't be upset. I would be all right. Here is Sexxxpensive. Spiegel. Deep cut immediately from Hermitslev. I think that looks good, and it is. Great defense, but Hermitslev controls the skies there.
Yeah, thrown between two defenders, but he put himself in a nice position to be able to go just straight up for it.
So 9-9, we're all leveled. It's still ball is in Solaris court. They will dictate they're receiving this pull, but boy, have Sexxxpensive. Sexxxpensive have really clawed back and made a great contest of this.
Yeah, they have. Kudos to them for taking that time out and settling themselves. And I think you can see that they're feeling the pressure.
Yeah, you can. And do we have a timeout here? It looks that way. Let's take a short break. We'll be back with more action after this. I'm Steph Pazzo, and I must eat. Sometimes commentator, sometimes food eater. On my ultimate travels in 2023, I sampled culinary classics from all across Europe. Oh, wow. Guided by some of your favorite ultimate players.
That's the Dutch hospitality for you right there.
I'll give you an insight into the secret spots that only the locals know of. Are these the best schnitzels in Vienna?
Yes, of course.
Yes, of course. Go find Steph Pazzo on YouTube. Like and subscribe and follow the European Ultimate Must Eat series.
Always on the move? You can keep up to date with ULTI.TV on all of our social media channels. Like, follow, subscribe, share us with a friend, or send us a message just to say hey. Thank you for supporting us in our mission to grow Ultimate everywhere.
It's party time here at Copa Tanga. 40 minutes in, so about just less than 10, 41 minutes in. 9 to go till we hear the horn. And then it's a +1 situation. You want to stick your neck out here, Ned? You think you know who's going to win this one?
I think it's hard to call at this point. I mean, earlier I would have said Solaris for sure. I think they have the legs, but they look a little nervous after the last couple points. I think it's a good decision to call the timeout there.
I agree with you completely. I'm going to sit on the fence too. I don't know who I like still. Let's just bring the action. Kozmolski up early and up big. Great take. Making it 10-9, and he was a little bit of the smaller option there, but definitely got up bigger.
Yeah, it's a great take, but it's notable that Solaris have kind of switched to this deep game, whereas early in the game they were playing very tiki-taka. I think Sexxxpensive have done a good job of making that much more difficult.
And as we did discuss earlier in the game, you have to be able to have some variance in your attack if you are gonna, try and get comfortable doing one thing. You're allowing the defense to get comfortable defending that very thing too. So nice to see the adaptive offense by Solaris. What about the style department here? Jerseys, you like the cream yellow tank tops with the burnt sun, or the Gucci clad G's by Sexxxpensive? Which one would you take?
I'm not a big full sub guy. I think I gotta take Solaris here. It's a nice beach style. I can respect what Sexxxpensive is doing, but I'm just not a full sub guy.
I think I agree with you loud and clear. I love the homage and the tribute for Mick Mengucci, but no, those are not beautiful jerseys.
Let's talk about the jorts, though.
Jorts. That was a great version. I mean, the all gold I've seen from Sexxxpensive too is an awesome look that they've had. De Molinari finds in the corner and ties things up 10-10, inching towards that universe potential.
Yeah, a good offense from Sexxxpensive there. Solaris put on some pressure, but I think Sexxxpensive were able to just work it down relatively easily and score the goal, so they can put the pressure back on defense.
10-10. About 7 to go. That clock will pop back up. There it is, 6 and change, in fact. So we are scraping the bottom of the barrel here now. As far as what's left to leave out there. And again, it's not a leave it all out there kind of game, but I would say, particularly if I'm Sexxxpensive and I've got like this smaller cast of young studs, I might start condensing for 2-3 points now. Like, you're not really going to gas them out at that stage, and just give yourself, why not take the advantage?
Yeah, I think it's a good opportunity just to play a couple of very strong lines, but not wear your team out. It's not like you have to rotate through 7 people for the rest of the game. Just a couple points.
To move 1 or 2 extra young youth over per each line and see if that bolster. Deep shot goes. Kozmolski and Thor. And Thor, too big this time. The hammer of Thunder gets in the way and denies.
Yeah, I think that just an interesting decision from Solaris there. I think it's not a throw I would have thrown with the wind the way it is. And Sexxxpensive have a chance to punish.
Punish now could be the lead take, a first in a long time for Sexxxpensive. If they can materialize, they've gone to Herdmitslav. He's there for the take right over the shoulder of the defense. 11-10, Sexxxpensive take a lead back.
Yeah, just fantastic body position to lock the defender out and give himself every chance to take the disc pretty easily.
Beautiful stuff. Sexxxpensive in the lead. Now it's 4.5 minutes till that horn goes. Look at that throw, though. Look at that throw by Thor. I mean, into the hands of Herdmitslav. No chance for the defender, and he was like practically touching him.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, he just made sure to put his body between the defender and the disc, so the defender basically would have had to jump onto his back to have any chance of going for the disc.
Come on, get fired up!
Great stuff. Here comes Sexxxpensive pull. Pow with the duties. And Solaris need a response. A break now would be heart-wrenching. Did I just hear a siren that says time is over?
I think I heard that as well.
Okay, so yeah, our clock's not aligned, and we have not been hearing really well the starting and ending siren, so I'm going to be talking to the tournament directors about that as we go. But I do believe we may be at end of game, time is over, has just been sounded. stick with us for more. Yeah, I mean, I think if Solaris score here, the next point is Universe, for sure. Well, for sure, I don't know. Highly likely.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows?
Spiegel in a little bit of a bulldog defensive mode there. And Jens Meyer takes it away. That throw was not on, I'll be honest, but Jens just made sure of it. Spiegel goes around, Pau in the middle. Hermitslev was thinking hammer, didn't take it. Back to Thor. Thor high, and that one misses, and Solaris with another chance. That one not on at all. Finds in the middle. Where's the wind up? Spins to the other side. Zaton with the disc. Oh, I thought there was a chance to launch, but Hermitslev couldn't take away position. Solaris are recycling in the neutral zone here. Finally get it up and get some meters, take it to the midway mark. Nice little float on that disc. A lot of spin, fakes the around. There's nobody upfield until now there is. And in for a goal, they had to work for that one.
Yeah, interesting point from both teams, to be honest. I think both of those turnovers were... Yeah, I'm not sure I understand both of those turnovers, actually, but good job from Solaris to gather themselves and just work the disc down the field.
So this should well be Universe point. Do both teams know that this is Universe point? Who knows? I believe it's Universe point.
I'm not sure if it is. I think the call for last point for game's over was just when it started.
Ah, so Jens is not sure. We should get clarity before this point starts.
Yep. Yeah, this is Universe. You're right.
We've got confirmation from the people playing. This is Universe point. That's what matters most, as long as the captains and players.
As long as they agree, it's Universe. Yeah.
But it does make the most sense that it is. We're at the 52nd minute from when we started the clock. So Universe it is. It's 22 points played, but only this one matters, Ned.
Only this one matters, Steph.
Coin flip now. Who knows? I feel like Solaris, they worked in that one, but they've been a bit more jittery in the last period. Let's see who can do it. De Mulanare spins off the mark, sends upfield. Miglioretto, the free speed sensation, fires to Cummins. Now De Mulanare. Back, no, he looks off Miglioretto and goes upfield. Cummins looks for the high release, doesn't take it. Wants a return. Rocky Beach is there. And Sexxxpensive have taken the game on Universe point. What a humdinger.
Yeah, fantastic game, and I think just a little more noose from Sexxxpensive to kind of get over the line, put the pressure on Solaris when it mattered, and capitalize on their opportunities.
Amazing stuff here from the showcase pitch at Copa Tanga. Our next game is back into the women's division, and it will feature two teams that I have not yet put in yet, but I do know who they are. It is Polonki and Crazy Montañeros. Thank you very much, Ned, for keeping me on my toes. We're just getting rosters in, but thank you more so for being here and bringing the action. Hoping you had a wonderful day and wonderful call. Did you enjoy yourself, Ned?
Absolutely. Always happy to join for some commentary.
All right, well, we'll try and headlock Ned to get back in here shortly. But for Ned Garvey, I've been Stefan Rapazzo. Thank you for joining us. We'll catch you next time.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, Ultimate.
ULTI.TV. feeling. Can't seem to focus. In the corner of my best friend's sofa, you were getting by some rum and cola. Wasn't brave enough yet just to talk to you. Not a smooth talker under pressure. Sweaty palms ain't making it much better. Something